Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackie and welcome to today's fun little reading vlog and crafting for a week. So let's just get into it. Now I think I may have said it a couple times already on my channel. 90% of my family is either born towards the end of December or towards the beginning of January. I'm filming this on the 1st of Jan. Happy New Year, wish you so much happiness, joy, love and prosperity in your life. But apart from that, because it's the 1st of Jan, it's the beginning of Jan now, and along with like the gifts I already have planned out for the members of my family, for the people whose birthday it is this month, I also really quickly want to add in like a fun, I feel like homemade gift that really conveys how much I love them, that I'm really willing to like put in the time and effort to do something like that. And so I want to add something like that to it. And so in today's vlog, for basically the rest of the week, because that's how long the birthdays are gonna go, I'm gonna sit down and craft every single day, read some as well, and it's basically gonna be like an all over the place vlog wherein I'm reading, crafting, I'm doing fun creative stuff, and hopefully you want to stick around for that. So let's just get into it. Now, already starting off, I don't know if my life reset for the New Year vlog has already come out or when it comes out, but regardless, in that I ended up getting these printouts. It's my younger sister's birthday tomorrow on the 2nd of Jan, and so I want to sit down and kind of make them into like photo cards or like I don't even know what yet, but I want to sit down and cut it. And there's 108 total of these pictures. So this is the band she really likes, BTS, but then there's also a couple of other things in here. She likes like this book a lot, bought her like physical copies of that and photos here. She likes a TV show a lot, she likes a cartoon a lot, and basically all her likes are in this. So I want to sit down first, listen to a book, cut these, and then stick them onto like some other colored paper, I guess. I don't really know, but for tonight, because it's like 1 in the morning on the New Year's Day, 1:37, I want to sit down and just try to get through cutting all of these, because then tomorrow I can spend the rest of my day kind of like getting creative and crafty and kind of like gluing everything into place. So for now, I just quickly wanted to come give you my intro and let you know that I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these right now. So there's 108 to cut. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I have a good audiobook going. I think I can finish it and hopefully have a book ready and finished by the first day of the year. That's so amazing and crazy and wild to say, but I'm regardless gonna go do that. I'll see you hopefully in the morning with more updates, but that's what I'm doing now for our crafting, and I'm so excited to get into it because there's already such a long list of crafty things I want to try out, and this video is the perfect excuse because I get to do two of my favorite things. I get to read books and I get to be creative and be crafty, and that's so much fun. So hopefully you guys want to stick around, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. That's it. Bye. Hi guys, so now it's the next afternoon. It's 2:30 as you can tell. I've told myself I'm not allowing myself to get up from here, the same spot, until like 9 in the night, because otherwise there's no way in hell I'm getting this done by tomorrow, and I need to give it to her literally at like 12 a.m. I think, because like our family, we generally tend to sit up till midnight to wish like the birthday person or whatever, and because I want to give it to her in that moment, I really need to get it done. Also, before anyone asks, yes, I'm wearing PJs on the first day of the new year. Yes, my hair is pulled back. I don't even give half a shit at this point. I just need to get this done. So I'm gonna log in, and for last night's update, since the last time I spoke to you, all I really managed to get done was take all the printouts and like cut them to shape. I didn't actually cut around them or whatever. So like if this is the printout, I cut it around it so it makes it easier rather than holding the whole paper while cutting. And this is the only one that kind of got spoiled, as you can tell. So I'm gonna go figure all of this out. I want to cut exactly to shape, so cut out all the excesses now. And so I have like a couple audiobooks to listen to while I do so. Currently I'm in the middle of 2 audiobooks, and I think one's like a romance, one's a thriller. I think if I sit down, I can easily finish both in like one sitting, because I have 40 minutes left on the romance and like an hour on the thriller. So I'm going to sit down, I'm going to lock in, and I'm going to do that now. And hopefully next time I come speak to you, I'll have the edges like completely cut out and it's just the pictures, and then we can figure out where to go from there. Because I don't know if I said it last night, but I said I wanted to do photo cards, and that's not exactly true. I actually originally wanted to go for like an Uno deck. So I want to make her like a customized Uno playing set. But the thing is, that's the reason I got like 108 printouts, exactly like 108 pictures, because if you look up an Uno deck, that's what it looks like. But then the thing is, I have a lot of work to put into it if it's supposed to be an Uno deck, and I don't know how much time I have today to get it done. So maybe I'll just go with photo cards for now and I'll convert them into an Uno deck maybe later, but I have to really try doing that today because that's what I really originally wanted, and I feel like that's more meaningful because photo cards, she's just gonna look at them and, you know, stare at them for a little bit, but I don't think she'll get the use out of them the way she'd get use out of an Uno deck if we can just keep playing it all the time. And I don't know if that's really legal, but technically I'm not literally selling it, it's just for the two of us, so I'm just gonna do what I have to. And I'll hopefully see you guys in a little bit with more updates, with books complete, this cut out, you know, less stressed out and panicky because I really need to get this done. And the thing is, I was up till I think past 4 last night, which is why I didn't really wake up too early today even though I wanted to. So the day is already slipping me by. I need to get this done ASAP, pronto, because if I don't, what am I supposed to give her that's customized for her birthday, made in like a couple of hours, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do this. I'll see you guys in a bit. Stop worrying so much and I'll see you. Whatever. Bye. Okay, so same position from a few hours ago. It's now 5:30. Can you imagine? I've just sat here non-stop. Didn't take like a single minute of a break except when I needed to get up and go to the bathroom to cut. And literally, I've just been cutting for the past few hours. My finger really hurts while I was holding the scissor, but you know, I've got everything done and everything sorted. This is on me for trying to get everything done one day prior, but you know, I have everything stacked up as well. So these are the BTS photos, and then there's, you know, True Beauty, the webtoon she really likes, and there's physical copies of this book we ordered too, which came in a couple days ago, so you know, I can give all of this together. But then the thing is, I cut 108 photos out, I think I said that. It's for the Uno set. I don't know if I have enough time to make it, because keep in mind it's 5:30 right now. I want to give this to her at 12. I think I might just end up giving it tomorrow because I want to give it, but I want to give it fully done. I don't want to give it in the sense that, oh, you see it and then return it back to me so I can finish it and give it to you the next day. And so I don't know how much time it's going to take. Genuinely, I'm just going to sit here till this gets done, I think. I'm going to go grab the colored paper now. What I'm thinking is essentially I'll take like each photo and stick it on like a colored sheet and then cut around the colored sheet so I have like a photo card. Now I don't know how long that'll take, but I'll do it 108 times, and then after I'm done with that, it depends on what time it is that I'll continue. If it's too late, I'll just give up and do photo cards because I think that's fine, and I'll do different colors for everything. But if it isn't late enough, I think I tried making them into Uno cards, which is going to take a lot longer, but I'm having so much fun. You can't even imagine. This is already one of the best days of my life because genuinely it's so freaking therapeutic and just relaxing, and this is my kind of thing. Now for audiobook updates, I did end up finishing both of the books I was in the middle of. So I finished The Christmas Tree Farm. This is by Laurie. Gilmore. It's the third in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe series. I believe it's the newest one that came out, and then the next one that comes out is in like a couple months or something, and essentially follows, it's on this Christmas Tree Farm. Keep that in mind. So if you don't want to read it now, that makes a lot of sense, but I started around like Christmas Day and, you know, slowly been making my way through it. Finally, I'm done. It was supposed to be the book that keeps me busy between Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and you know, now that it's New Year's, I'm done with it. It feels good. It basically follows Bennett, who is Jeannie, the main girl from the first book. He's her brother, and basically this other woman called Kyra North. You've seen her in the previous book, and she looked like the grumpy, you know, Christmas Tree Farm owner, and she didn't want to open it, but she needed the funds. So begrudgingly, she's opened up the new farm she bought, and you know, he comes to help her. Here it's like reverse Grumpy Sunshine, so she's the grump and he's the sunshine, and he's like doing acts of service for her when he's doing all these things for her, and it's set in the backdrop of like a Christmas tree farm, so it feels like a Hallmark movie but with spice in it, and that's basically how it was described at the beginning of the book. It was good. I really liked the romance in this. I think it was my favorite out of all three so far, and I'm giving it 4 stars. I feel like every book in this series, they have physical connection from the first page, which is not something I really enjoy, but like, can't really help it. These days, I want romance to be the way it used to be, wherein there's yearning and pining, not just, you know, physical stuff, but I'm not getting that. So if you've got Rex, please put it in the comments, but you know, for what it was good enough, and you know, 4 stars is fine. It's also the first book I've read this year, so that's very fun and interesting. And then I finished the thriller book I was reading, so it's like a slasher horror kind of thing, and I was actually listening to it on Kindle assistive read, because I've been trying to get through my Kindle TBR. You can have your Alexa read what you have on Kindle aloud to you, and that's what I did. Basically, it's like a slasher kind of, it feels like a slasher movie, that's all I'm gonna say. It follows a small town who is haunted by this, I guess, story of Benny Rose, who is like an urban legend over there, except it turns out he's true. And these girls are trying to prank the new girl in the town, but it goes wrong. And he comes up out of nowhere and it goes kind of crazy. And it wasn't what I expected, but for how short it was good. And some bits had me creeped out, more disgusted than anything, but it was fine, and I gave it 3 stars. I don't want to go too depth in it because it's like maybe 150 pages long, and if I say so much I'm just gonna spoil it for you, but that's basically it. And currently I'm listening to this book called Hans. Now I downloaded it because someone I follow on Goodreads actually gave it 5 stars, and I downloaded it on Kindle a few months ago, read only 2 chapters, and then now I was just like, I want to pick it back up because I don't have anything else to like read or listen to, at least that I want to get to immediately. And this is something I've been in the middle of, or just 2 chapters in, for the past, I don't even know, 8 months at this point, I don't remember. And so I'm listening to it now. I've finished like maybe 2 hours of listening or something, I don't even know. Can't do the math, but it's pretty good so far. It's not that great, but it's fine, and it's like a stalker romance. Now I don't know much about it, but I'll tell you later when I've figured out more details. I'm gonna go keep listening, keep doing this, and I'll see you guys in a little bit with hopefully more updates on basically what I'm doing with this. Bye. Hi guys, so it's 9:48 right now. Kind of crazy. I've just been sitting here since 2 in the afternoon. Time has flown. I'm almost done with my 3rd audiobook, the one I said I was like listening to some time ago. Kind of crazy. It kind of feels like a 24-hour readathon where I'm just reading books back to back, and it's so crazy. I'm getting through my TBR. This is the first day I'm gonna be reading like 3 books in one day in my entire life. It's kind of crazy. And first day of the year, so new year, new me, aka reading even more than I normally do. It's kind of crazy. But for updates, I essentially cut down all the paper into these like thin strips, which I'm further cutting down into squares, and I'm trying to make them all the same like size, so they line it as photo cards. And this is what it looks like. So this is the whole stack I've got going. I cut them, I lined them, I like made the markings on every single one of them, and this is why it's taken so long. And I'm yet to do it for these 2 more colors, and I'm so tired, but genuinely have to keep going. I have only 2 hours left till midnight, and the thing is now I'm starting to think that I'll just give it to her tomorrow because it's fine, except I'm so tired right now and hungry that I think I'm just gonna go take a break, because I did take like a half an hour break in the middle somewhere, but it wasn't too long, and I really just want like a nice sitting down on the couch, just laying down doing nothing kind of break. So I'm gonna do that, maybe eat something, I don't know, but I'll see you guys in a little bit, hopefully with more updates. And the thing is, I'm having a good time with this, but my hand is really starting to hurt because I have like scissor marks and shit on it, and it like isn't feeling that great. So I think I need that break like really bad now. But also I don't think I'm gonna make this an Uno deck anymore because it's so thick already, and adding like the photos to it, adding the other colors, it's gonna be too much. So it's just gonna be like a really fun stack of photo cards, because I'm using handmade paper for this. I didn't think so well, and because of that it's like so thick, and it's not really the most practical size for like an Uno deck, which is why that's not happening. But regardless, photo cards are still cool. There's like 108 to them. I still have to paste them, so I'm really just worried about getting this done right now, but I'm having a good time, I'm not even gonna lie. And for the book, Hans is basically like a stalker romance. He is her next door neighbor, so she moves into this like new house or whatever, and he's been living opposite her ever since. It's like a dark mafia romance. So he's like into like assassin stuff and whatever. He's a good guy. He like takes down people who do human trafficking, and then they meet the first day, and she introduces herself, and ever since then he's always like physically liked her. So he's like been stalking her, watching her through cameras and stuff, except one day something happens, their paths cross, and he's suddenly in her life, and they start falling for each other. It's very physical from the get-go, which is why I'm not really enjoying the romance very much. It feels like very much like a spicy spy movie. Like, I'm loving the bits that are not romance. I'm loving the like actual mafia, there's work and action stuff in it because that's so fun and cool. But the romance is falling really flat for me because it's very, very physical, except some bits when it's really sweet, because he's always eating her cookies even though they taste really bad, and that's so sweet. Or he's always doing stuff that sounds so nice. But apart from that, there's also some questionable stuff that she is doing, which, is kind of funny to me. But regardless, I'm not taking it too seriously. It's not supposed to be lighthearted, but that's just what it feels like. And I'm having a good time. So hopefully there's more of the spy, like, mafia stuff right now, because that's what I'm really enjoying, and it looks like it. And it looks like I have only under an hour left. And before someone asks, Yes, I'm listening to this sped up because my attention would not be held otherwise, which is why I'm nearly done with it. Started it earlier today and I'm almost done. But that's just the way it is. I'm gonna go take my break now, come back and finish that out as well as this. I think I may need, at least half of one more audiobook to finish everything, or maybe the whole audiobook. So I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna pick, but I'm gonna go look at my options when I take my break as well, because I really just wanna doom scroll. So that's what I'm gonna go do. See you guys in a little bit, hopefully, when I'm finally done making these, so I can show what it turned out like and we can talk about book updates. But so far so good, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So bye. Hi guys, so I was just editing like a different video, and then I remembered that I never came back in here to give you like final updates, because I said I would when I finished, but I never did. So basically I was up till nearly 5. I think it was like 4:45 when I decided, okay, I'll stop. And then I was like winding the things up, I was cleaning up, and went to bed at 5 last night, this night, I don't even know, getting this done. And then today in the afternoon, listened to more of my audiobook, made the box, and so this is what it turned out like. These are all the photo cards in here. This is the box, this is the bow. Genuinely, it took so long, but it's ready, and I'm finally done with it. I don't even want to look at it anymore because it took so long. My hand still hurts, my back hurts. A lot of my body is hurting right now, and so it's fun doing these crafts every once in a while, but this is why I don't do it on a daily basis, because I listened to 4 books and I got through so much, but now I don't feel so great. Basically, now for book updates, now that is done. So since the last time I spoke to you, I think I was listening to Hans, I believe. I don't even know, I'm not even sure. It's like a fever dream. Honestly, anyone who was looking at my Goodreads yesterday must have been like, damn, this girl is reading a lot on New Year's Day, and that is my ideal New Year's Day, but at the same time, 4 books in one day is kind of crazy. I finished Hans, I gave it 3.5 stars. It felt like a bit of a disappointment to me, because one of my friends on Goodreads, she gave it 5 stars, and the way she wrote her review got me really excited, and I was just like, oh my god, I need to read this. I was so let down because it wasn't the way I thought it would be. The romance is very physical from the first page. The spy action stuff really pulled in towards the end, but I feel like it would have hit me harder if I would have read the whole series, because guess who downloaded this months ago? Didn't remember by this time that it's part of a series, and so I didn't remember until the other characters showed in, and then towards the end they were all getting their epilogue point of view or something, I don't even know. And it was good, but it would have hit me harder if I read every single one of their books and then finally made it to this one at the end. And so I'm giving it 3.5. It's not bad or anything, you can read it, but I'm expecting more out of the dark romance genre, and if this is what it is, then it's very disappointing, and I don't see why people read it. And then now after this, a few months ago, I read this book wherein the trope was ex-boyfriend's dad or something like that, and then now that series, I picked up the second one in it. It's called Eyes on Me or something. I was gonna say Praise, but that's the name of the first one. And essentially, this is a step-sibling romance. Every one in the series is a taboo sort of romance in some sense, and this is step-sibling. It follows, the best friend of the first guy, and in his book now, he's falling for his stepsister, and it's weird or whatever, because I'm not enjoying it. Again, it's very physical. This is my problem with romance books, they're not hitting the same for me, because there's no yearning and pining, and that passion isn't in it anymore. It's all just physical, and at this point I don't even give half a shit because I'm not having a good time. I will say the first half of it was better than the second half, and now I think I have only 20 minutes left on the audiobook, but I have nothing to do right now, and I don't want to start on the next gift, so I'm gonna wait on that. I don't think I'm continuing it today, or maybe I will and finish it by the next time I speak to you, I don't know. But for final thoughts, I'll come tell you about it later. It's just I'm not having the best time with it. But 20 minutes, so I'm gonna finish it and just mark it as read, because it's a fun series if you want something quick to get through, and if you want something that's not the usual expected romance, because there is new things introduced in this, but otherwise it's not really that great, at least in my perspective. I didn't really enjoy most of it. I feel the second half, it really just dragged out so much, and I don't know my thoughts on it, but genuinely, I don't care about these characters. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but that's it. Also, since I said this is a reading and crafting blog, I want to update on my reading progress as well. Currently, I'm reading on Kindle Tell Me What You Did. This is by Carter Wilson. I got sent the ARC. I know it says January 14th. I think it comes out towards the end of this month actually. And it's a really good book. I think I want to read this now and continue reading this and then finish this off maybe in this vlog as well, because it's a reading vlog as well, whatever I get read. And so I'm taking an editing break now to read this because I'm like at 75%. I think I can finish it tonight. And it's a really good book. It basically follows this girl, Po Webb. She has like a podcast that's like really famous or whatever. She calls serial killers on it to like talk to them and ask them why they did it and tell me what you did. That's literally the book's name. But basically in it, one day there's this guy and he comes and he's like admitting to have been the man who murdered her mom like 17 years ago. And she's just like, oh my god, that's not possible, because the man who murdered her mother a few years ago, she went and murdered that man. So now either she killed the wrong guy and this is the right guy, or she killed the right guy and this guy is some sort of troll. But regardless, she's in danger. He's doing all these creepy things. This has picked up from page 1. It's gone 0 to 100. Every chapter ends on some sort of like cliffhanger. It's so good. I started this at 5 in the morning during Bookmas after editing, and keep in mind, I was up to like, I think 6 maybe just reading this because of how good it was before I realized, listen, I should take a break because I'm tired. But it was that good. And this is gonna be one of my highly rated thrillers because like I'm having such a good time. I haven't read anything like it, but it reminds me a lot of Frida McFadden, Taylor Adams, because I recently read like a different book of his, and a lot of Agatha Christie, but like the way they all blended together and then his own thing in it. It's really good. Honestly, if you have to read it, definitely read it when it comes out. And so I'm gonna go finish this off now, and I'm gonna finish that hopefully, and then that's it for book updates. I'll see you guys in a couple days when I want to start on my granddad's gift, because I have some ideas in mind, nothing so solid, but I'll come see you in a bit. And that's it for book updates. So hopefully you're having fun with this vlog. It's going to be cut short to only these 2 crafty things because I thought I was going to read only 2 books, and that's why I was going to extend the vlog. But I've already read 4, on my way to reading 6 now, so I think I'll be fine. I don't know, but I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys, so now it's 3:46. It's been a couple days since I spoke to you, or actually I think it's just the next day, I'm not sure. But essentially my granddad's birthday is now on the 5th, and I'm trying not to rush it. So basically tomorrow is the 4th. If I come in and do it tomorrow, it's gonna be like a 1-day gap, which is technically rushing it like we did for my sisters. And because I don't want that kind of stress and panic again, my anxiety levels went crazy that day. I'm starting early today because the thing I have in mind, I need to start early anyway. So basically what I'm gonna do, I saw this thing on Pinterest and it actually combines with something else I did in art class like a year or so ago at this point. Basically a few years ago, my sister, she was really into art, so she used up a couple canvases, but she kind of like ruined them, or that's what she says, and they were dumping them out the other day. But if there's something I've learned in art class, you can recycle anything, and so I took them in. And what I'm trying to do with the canvas right now is actually doing marble painting or paint pouring, when you literally just take acrylic paint and pour it onto your canvas and make like an abstract design by like shaking it around, and that's your piece. But to add to that, now adding on my past experiences for a project I may have mentioned last year about this box which has like 1200 mirrors or whatever, so like tiny pieces of mirror. And the thing is, it's really cool, except I use only a couple hundred. So I have all these little packets of different shaped mirrors, so like other shapes too. And basically I have easily 1,000 mirrors with me because I just used a couple hundred last time. And so what I'm thinking is, after I make the abstract painting, I want to place these mirrors and glue them on all over the canvas, so make it, you know, shiny and reflective. And I think that would be like a cute, cool gift, because my granddad, for so long now, he's been asking me to make him like a room decor item or something for his room. And so that makes perfect sense, because, you know, it's like the perfect gift as well. It's gonna take some time, because last time around when I was doing the mirror stuff, it took me so long. It takes so goddamn long for the paint to dry as well. So that's why I'm starting a day early, which is why I have hopes as to us finishing a few audiobooks, but that's the craft plan. Now for the reading thing, I think I came yesterday to say I was in the middle of a couple of books. I finished the audiobook I was listening to before anything. It was called Eyes on Me. I'm gonna give this like 3.5 stars, like I gave the first book, because I feel like it felt very much like the first book in the taboo sense, and you could like predict everything that happens in the book in the same timeline. But before you choose to read it, please keep in mind you need to look up triggers list on this. It's not really something you can just pick up and go on reading, because your mental health matters obviously. There's a couple other things I had in mind to say as soon as I finished as well, but like I don't remember at this point. I just know I don't know if I'm continuing the series anymore, because genuinely I'm not having the best time with it. Everything is like so physical in it, and that's not a bad thing, but that's not really what I came for, and life is too short to like force myself to read books I don't really want to read. So I'm, gonna keep this aside for now. I think it's a fine book. If you want to read it, go ahead. But I feel like, just like my last book which I read and then this one, they feel the same to me, because they're the kind of books I wouldn't normally pick out, like a step-sibling romance, a stalker romance. I'm never reading that shit. But then, it's good in the sense that I'm getting out of my comfort zone and reading it. And, now at least I know what I like and what I don't, even though, I don't really like this so much. But again, if you want to read it, you can. Writing flows by. I like the found family aspect in it, and only because of that, I'm contemplating reading the next books, but I don't know if that's such a good idea right now, so I'm going to keep that in pause. Also, since the last time I spoke to you, I think I have like 10% left in Tell Me What You Did. Now, before anything, I forgot to say thank you to the publisher for sending this my way, because genuinely I was up till I think 4 a.m. again last night reading, which is crazy because I need to sleep early. It's not good for my sleeping schedule, waking up early and then sleeping late. But regardless, this book is keeping me up. It's really good. The plot twists in it, they go so crazy, but the middle has fallen like a little short, because it's like, I think 450 pages long, and it could easily be shortened like 100 pages, because like the middle feels like a repetition of crazy things to the point where I feel so numb to it. So I don't know. And then now we are getting like the final reveal, which is a little, letting me down. So I don't know yet what I'm going to say about it, but I have 10%. So maybe I'll just try to, have it audio read to me, because you can do that on the NetGalley app. And so I'm going to try doing that. Maybe I'll get that done, but I'll speak to you guys hopefully in a little bit when I have the painting thing ready. And then we can leave it to dry for like 24 hours and I'll come back for mirror work. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hi guys, so as we expected, it is now the 4th of January. Didn't come in after the last update because I like left it to dry or whatever, and I started doing it with my sister, which is why I didn't listen to any audiobook during, because she was with me. But then later in the night when it dried and we like checked, I started putting the mirror. So I did start with it a little bit, and this is what it looks like so far. You can kind of see under over here the previous design on it, but I'm not scared because I think mirror will cover it up. But for now, this is what it looks like. And now, since the last time I spoke to you, I did end up finishing Tell Me What You Did. I actually sat up yesterday in the night after I got tired of sticking mirror, just hunching over and literally just sticking mirror for an hour straight. I took out my Kindle. I read the last little like 10% that I had left. It was crazy, but I feel like it was the most realistic thriller I've read. Because if you told me this happened to someone in real life, as far-fetched as it sounds, I would believe you, because it feels like something that could realistically happen. Because even the way it was resolved felt so realistic, the conclusion, and the way the stalker bits of it were dealt with. Like, yeah, there are psychos out there who are as scary as that, but it could realistically happen. And because that's one of my biggest fears, that's the reason I really enjoyed this book and the portrayal of it, rather than the stalker romance we read earlier on. Because this is what I mean when I say, give me something that isn't so outrageous that I'm just like laughing aloud at how crazy it gets. Like, yeah, I want something like that sometimes, but this really hit the nail for me when I asked for like perfect realistic stuff, because that's genuinely what I'm getting and that's what I was in the mood for. So for now, I've given it like 4 stars. If I keep thinking about it, obviously I'm gonna up that rating, but the build up to it was really good, except the middle part where it felt like it was dragged out. Like, crazy stuff was happening, but crazy realistic stuff to the point where I got bored of reading it. Now, apart from this, I also started like a second book. Like I said, I didn't actually listen to anything while I was pouring the paint on this, but then to be fair, I also wanted to focus on this and not have my attention diverted, so I didn't. But then later in the night when this was all dry and I was sticking the pieces of mirror, I actually ended up starting Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Now, she's like a really popular YA author, but I don't know if this book is YA necessarily. I'll let you know in a little bit when I get more progress. I heard maybe 40 minutes of it max on 2x speed, so that's saying what it has to. And basically it follows the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. So it's like a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, but it's like a prequel. So what happened before the events that took place in Alice in Wonderland. And basically it follows Catherine. She is to become the Queen of Hearts. So before she is the Queen of Hearts, she's just a girl who wants to open a bakery, who wants to fall in love, and she starts falling for the court jest. So he's like the Joker or whatever, except the king has asked for her hand in marriage, so it's supposed to be secret, because if he finds out, he's not going to be happy about it. And it basically shows her spiral into what she becomes in the Alice in Wonderland stories. And so far, I'm telling you, this book reminds me why I love fantasy, especially cozy fantasy, so much, because the beginning chapters a little bit, it reminded me a lot, not specifically about the books, but about the House Moving Castle movie, the way it started. And that series is a 5-star series for me. So it's cozy fantasy. I feel like that is something I just need to pick up more, because I know I love fantasy. It's always a hit for me. It's rarely a miss, but I don't pick it up enough because it requires more brain power. And I can't have it as sped up as I do my romance books, which is not a bad thing, but sometimes I just really want to get a book done, and I don't know why I have that feeling, can't really explain it. But regardless, I started this. I'm already having such a good time. I'm half contemplating just buying myself a physical to read the rest through and then finish it out. But I'm still gonna listen because I started for the sake of this video, and I think that's the last book we'll be listening to, because it doesn't look like I need like a lot of audiobook to finish up this bit. So we'll figure it out. So far I'm having a really good time, surprisingly, because I didn't expect it. But I came in for it because someone on Goodreads wrote this whole review about how it's changed their life, and I was just like, listen, if that did something like that to someone, I want to try experiencing it too. And already I'm so happy I scrolled through the reviews and read that and just made my mind up to read it. So because it's already been on my TBR for years now, I'm happy I'm getting to it now, and this is amazing. This is fun. I'm gonna keep listening now. Haven't really listened throughout today. It was mostly just yesterday, but now it's like nearly getting to 8 in the evening. So I need to buck up, because this needs to be given, or at least I want to give it to him, like I said, like we do in our family, at around 12 a.m. I don't know if that'll happen, but also I'm holding our hope, because there's like a lot here, and also I actually want to try filling this open spot, I guess, up as well. So I'll see what I can do. I'll show you end results too, obviously, but for now, this is just the taunting while I can. And I have been busy with editing a different video that needs to go out tonight, so I don't know how much I'll get done now, but I'm gonna try my hardest to finish the whole thing out right now in one sitting, and listen to my book and get that done too, because then this video will be wrapped up nicely. It's a Saturday, so if I finish exactly today, I can start editing it tomorrow, and that'll be kind of perfect and just the way I want it to be. So I'll see you guys in a little bit, hopefully with more updates about how this is going. But I feel like I'll just speak to you directly now once I'm done, because there isn't a lot I can update about, but I haven't really figured out designs either. So I'll go do that, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye. Okay guys, so we've reached the end of today's video. I think the last time I updated, I was still making that canvas, but I'm done with it now. In fact, it's actually the 6th of January, so it's one day after my granddad's birthday. Already gave it to him. He hung it up in his room, so I can't show it to you physically, but I'm gonna cut this clip now and insert the little b-roll I took of it before I gave it to him, so you can see what it turned out like. That's what it looks like. Hopefully you guys kind of like it, because I was just freestyling towards the end. I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do, but I think it turned out decent. And while I was making it, I actually ended up listening to Heartless. Like I said, it was the Queen of Hearts retelling from Alice in Wonderland, and it's like a prequel before Alice in Wonderland. And I think I gave somewhat thoughts the other day, but I genuinely just don't remember what I was saying. But I was listening to that. I actually managed to not finish the whole thing while making it, but since then I think I had maybe 1 hour 20 minutes max left on the audiobook at the time when I finished making the canvas. So I used that extra little bit of audiobook and other stuff, and I finished it since, because I wanted to review it in this video. It's only for this video, I'm not reading it for anything else anyway, and so I'm done with it now, and we can talk about the book. Essentially, it's like an anti-hero story. You can kind of see the origin story of the Queen of Hearts, why she's evil and cruel the way she is, and the way it led her to it. Yeah, I understand that it needed to be a certain way to make up for what happens next, the events in Alice in Wonderland, the actual book. But then the thing is, the decisions the characters made throughout the story that led her to the ending of, Heartless, it felt so stupid to me. Like every time they did something, I was just like, do you really have to do that? And also I feel like the book could be easily cut down shorter a little bit. I don't want to say this and hurt people's sentiments or whatever, because I do believe this is a very widely loved book, but for me personally, it didn't hit. It felt so long and so monotonous because I was just bored the entire time. I wasn't really interested. I feel like at some point, I just couldn't care less. But then towards the ending, something like really sad or emotional or tragic or whatever you want to call it happened, and yeah, I started getting sentimental. Yes, I felt like I was gonna cry, but I didn't end up crying. So I don't know how it delivered that kind of emotional impact when I couldn't even care less about the characters, but it did its job. And now I'm really conflicted on the rating. Like I was bored throughout, but the ending did hit me, and it was pretty good, the book. Like it makes sense the way it was written, the way it was, to make up for what happens next in Alice in Wonderland. I also love the little like subtle references to what you see in Alice in Wonderland, but I feel like I was not enjoying it. Like I would have gone my whole life without reading this book and I would have still been fine. And I don't want to be mean because it was okay, but I wouldn't personally recommend it to anyone. So I don't know what I'm rating it. Maybe like 3 stars. Originally I was thinking 3.5, but even the 3.5 books I read, I would recommend them to people. This I just wouldn't, because at some point, like it was so monotonous that I felt like I could be watching socks dry and that would be more entertaining than the book. So that's how I felt about the book. The writing was good. I don't really have anything to say about it. It was very interesting. I want to actually go and read more of Marissa Meyer's books, especially her Renegades trilogy, because I've seen amazing things about that. So hopefully that's better. Let me know in the comments if you think it is. And that's it for today's reading vlog. Hopefully you guys had a fun time coming along with me, because now we've reached the end of the vlog, and hopefully you had fun watching me craft and read. It's so crazy how many books I managed to get through. It's the first week, by the way, or technically since it's Monday today, it's the second week, but the time I recorded this video is the first week of the year. And it's so crazy that I managed to read so many books in the first week of the year. Like this sets quite the benchmark for the rest of the year. And so great video to start and kick off the year with. Hopefully you guys had a fun time coming along with that, and hopefully you had fun watching me craft, because I have seen that these kind of videos actually get like a lot of good response from you guys, and so hopefully that was fun. But that's it for today's reading vlog. If you guys enjoyed coming along with me, like, share, comment and subscribe. I think I messed the order up, but whatever. And let me know your thoughts on the stuff I crafted in this vlog, what you think about it and whatever. But that's it. I will see you hopefully whenever I see you, because I don't even know my posting schedule for the next month. But if I see you next week, I'll see you next week. If I see you again this week, I'll see you again. But that's it. I'll see you soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.